in your face, meant to divide us as a family, as a whole, as black, brown communities, you feel me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, to stay on topics that might get us to people to disagree with us, did you guys see that? I saw a little stat that less and less people are believing in religion / God. Like, it's up to like 20% of the world when it was never over 12. It's never been over 12.
What's it above now?
It's at about 20.
I think that has to do with what do you guys think about it before I go off?
Well, let's. I guess the real question is, are we religious and do we believe in a God? That's the first question that we should ask each other.
Oh, that's a great question, actually.
Yeah.
So, who wants to start?
Monty.
Okay, so I believe in God, but God to me isn't what I feel like a lot of people are kind of programmed to believe he is. Like, God is like everything, the waves in between us, everything living, like it's energy and everything, right?
So you're more like the Native Americans, that everything had its own God? Like the water had a God?
Well, it's just like the one string keeping everything together. Like,
okay. So it's not like the Native American...
No, it's not like that. It's just, it's more of like an energy. We can't to make us understand God, we give him we turn him into a person. We give him an image, the father image, a male image, a man. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is wrong. And I'm not saying that it should be a woman image either, but I'm saying God does not look, he's not human. You know what I mean?
Well, I think people put God and Jesus and they
mix them up.
Yeah.
You were just about to.
But you know
proceed.
I do believe in
Because have you ever seen a picture of God?
A picture of God?
Yeah.
No, proceed.
No, it's just like a light, or I assume it's just like something light. I don't know.
I'm just asking because you said people try to make them paint a picture.
Well, in the Bible, our Father, in the prayers, that's how they.
Because I've never seen a picture of God. It's always Jesus, and people, like you said, always try to correlate the two to be the same thing.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, though. Yeah. They put that image on you that he's like a male, right? So, which also kind of takes a turn to I'm going to go a little off topic, but it kind of subconsciously tricks you into thinking maybe we men are dominant or whatever. If you're taught that at a young age, honor your God, and then they consistently say that, he's a man, he's a father and whatever, you kind of instinctively just go with that idea, right? What do you think about that?
Not really, because then a lot of Hispanics, not myself, I'm not very religious, but I believe in a very high power. But a lot of Hispanics believe in the Virgin Mary, and that's a woman. And they believe in that more than they do other things, They pray to that.
Yeah.
A lot of Mexican Catholics do.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So me personally, I believe in God, but I just don't think he's a human figure. I think he's more energy, universal, waves, stuff like that, right? He's in everything. That's why, if you're positive, you're a positive person, law of attraction or whatever, it works there to some degree,
All right. What about you, Zandre?
I don't believe in Jesus, though. Sorry. You're cutting me off. And this is I feel like this is important. This is also what people are going to disagree.
Money, I told you you're the best.
There you go. Hey, so I don't believe. Okay, I think it's a good story to go by. I'm not trying to bash on it, but
we'll get into that. My question was, do you believe in a higher power or a God, and are you religious? We'll get into all that eventually because it's a whole topic.
So to sum it up, no, I'm not religious.
Okay, but you believe
but I do believe in
a God, just not
power.
A male visual person. Okay, we get that.
Yeah.
Are you religious and do you believe in a God?
I think. Well, I was raised Catholic, right?
We all were, right?
I think so.
Or were
not
you
really.
Christian?
My parents were Christian.
Okay.
Well, my mom was Christian.
Okay, so I was. Well, check it out. I was raised Catholic. I did the whole thing. I did my first communion. I was baptized, whatever, this and that. I had mentors come to my house, read me the Bible and stuff, and I did the whole thing. I did everything. I was informed, even Adam and Eve. I know all the Cain. I know all of it, bro. And when I was in high school, I didn't go Christian, but like I started going to like a Christian group, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then for the most part, it's the exact same thing, except Catholics, like you said, they honor or they pray to the Virgin Mary, and the Catholics or the Christians strictly pray to only Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't believe in like other gods and stuff like that. I think that's the main and only
It's
difference.
more like prophets for them, but they pray to Jesus.
Well, yeah, I just think the Christians, one of the main things is that they don't pray or idolize any other people besides Jesus. So,
because he died for you.
right. So, I think that's the only difference. But I tapped, I was tapped in on both sides, and then I had like this mentor one time, super rich guy. He's the type to invite you, like me and all the homies would go to his house. He would pay us to do our homework. You feel me? Like shit like that. And I remember one time we were having a discussion. He said something along the lines. He's like, sometimes I go to the Catholic Church and sometimes I take, the body of Christ, and sometimes I don't, depending on how I feel about it that day. And I thought that was very, very like, I was like, whoa, I've never heard someone say something like that or be like, what's that word? Like open about like your religion and like about how you feel about it. I always thought like, well, you always have to be this and you always have to be that. And so like somewhere along the lines, I didn't lose religion, but I understand that it's there for like principles and stuff like that. But I see like God as like this like bigger like energy. It's like this bigger power. This bigger, like Monty said, like it's the one thing connecting us all. God, people, they put it into an image of so you can see it and you can feel like something tangible. Yeah. But it's like he says, like it's everything. It's the elements. It's the cells. There's like a very interesting. Page. I'll show you guys later, hopefully, where it shows you like the shape of like what is it, an atom, and then like everything. There's all these other shapes that. Like, dude, I have to show you guys this trippy ass page. But all to say is that like God is like I believe in a higher power, bro. I believe we're all intertwined. I believe everything's intertwined, bro. Like there's no way that
all this is possible.
All like the fact that inception happened and biologically we formed because of like, let's say like the Big Bang or whatever the fuck, whatever you.
But see, that's not religion.
That's not religion. But the point being, like, I know it's science versus religion at this point, but inception, for it to be inception, and that's kind of like where I draw, like, for all this to come together and us to be here and fucking caught in and fucking sitting down, and we have this device where I can send you this, like, for all this to happen like so miraculously and like so,
a lot of miracles had to happen.
Like everything had to be aligned. Everything had to be aligned, and so I do believe that there's a lot more to God than just like like an image that we've been sold. First of all, they sold. Yeah, okay. Before I go in there,
go ahead. What do you think?
Okay, so for me, religion, I'm not against it. Honestly, I'm for it. I'm not religious myself. I don't like make myself part of any group, but I like religion. You know why? As much evil as it causes, as much war as it causes, it keeps a lot of peace. People wouldn't be as calm as there were. There's people that don't do anything bad because of this book.
Yeah, because of the principles that it teaches.
Yeah, and there's a lot more of those people than there is like the people that don't believe and are just more likely to do immoral shit, you know?
Yeah, like whenever I go to like church, like if I've gone to visit or whatever, like when I was like a little more older, like not a kid, because as a kid, like
it sucks.
I hated going, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But like, now, like if I ever go, it feels good. It's like, oh, the vibe here is good. Everyone's positive. Everyone's like, and I think that's cool. It's a positive like place. It can be a positive place. And then, just like how you guys both said, it's good that it teaches us all those principles and stuff. Those are really good guidelines,
positive
to keep the peace.
A positive place that wants 10% of your fucking check.
Oh yeah, so see, we could get into that if you want, but
but and I like at the end of the day, religion is man-made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this thing called Zeitgeist. Have you guys ever watched it?
No.
It's like an old kind of documentary, but it pretty much like played it out like really clear for me, and I'm kind of like, oh wow, like. So this is how it all started. Like,
you guys
would just have to watch it. So,
yeah. There was like this one guy who was on the JRE, and he was talking about like how the people who, back in the day, they would fucking like, how they think that the burning bush was like it had like what did they say?
It was all through psychedelics and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that,
The
yeah.
burning bush was like, what was it? What's that bush that you burn in? Fuck, I don't
Sage?
know. No, it was a. It
Could
was
have been marijuana.
no. It was
Just
a
kidding.
fucking
Some psychedelic.
It was it had
was-
psychedelic components on it, and so they say that Abraham was the one who stumbled across the burning bush and probably inhaled all that shit and fucking. There's a whole theory on that as well, you know, from the scholars.
or maybe people were just like way more descriptive and more like
Right.
He was like just being very like
Metaphorical.
poetic, like, oh, the sun.
Well,
I see
yeah,
this,
because
it's
I mean,
fire.
think
don't
about
know.
it. When people take psychedelics,
You can get lost in translation.
They
but-
see,
Yeah.
they
Sorry,
see a
yeah.
lot of shit.
Well, Kanye
Yeah,
West.
you do, but we don't know if it was a psychedelic for real or if he was just.
But like
you know.
the more intense the psychedelic it is, like the more intense. Like people take ayahuasca, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ayahuasca,
And they
yeah.
claim they see God. Like people
Yeah.
take different drugs and they claim to see things, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
And then back in the day, people would just eat anything. They didn't even realize if it was gonna fucking give them a high or not. They just like, oh, we didn't die, fucking eat it. And
Yeah.
then after a couple times, they realize, oh, this shit does make me feel a little funny after we eat it, you know.
yeah.
So I don't know. I think that a lot of it was man-made, and a lot of it does come from like those mushrooms that people probably thought that were like
A lot of
okay to
psychedelics.
eat.
And I think I want to highlight a point that you said that you're like, some people have said that they've seen God and shit, like, and right, you would think it's an illusion, right? But then like there's other like occasions that you've heard like of big groups taking like psychedelics, and then they all see the same thing in the same position. Like, I think shit like that is kind of like whoa.
Okay,
whoa,
but with
whoa.
psychedelics, I feel like
Okay, like
if I tell you I see this, I feel like you could start seeing it.
Nah,
Like if
but
I
that's
tell you, you know?
but that's the thing. Like if you no, because I remember when I was on fucking on when I took a day trip, and I think Monty was like, "Bro, look at the clouds." I was like, "Well, they look cool, but like it's not like."
You weren't seeing what I was seeing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's different when it's like, wait, are we all seeing the same thing? Because I think there was a story that was like everyone asked each other like, wait, are we all seeing the same thing? And they all saw like little
One
people.
time I was tripping with my homie, and we had something on TV,
Yeah.
and he had a song playing on the speaker,
Right.
and the song and the thing we had on YouTube like did not correlate. Like they had
Yeah.
nothing to do with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
But literally, the song was it was like kind of like a jazzy band. It was bad,
Yeah.
bad, not good.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
and it was just in sync with the like what was going on
Right,
like
right.
on the TV.
Right,
and me
right.
and him looked at each other and we're like, dude, like like we muted this and just had that playing. We were watching it like that, and we were just like, what the hell? We were both seeing that.
Okay,
and
that
so that
one-
was like
Okay, that one you guys
synchronizing.
were probably just tripping, but I'm talking about like it's just where like people were seeing the same thing at the same exact time. Like it's like if I'm like, bro, you see, yeah, bro, oh fuck
like,
no,
like
But I feel
without
like the-
tripping. You're saying without tripping, you're seeing it at the
no,
same time.
not without tripping. When people share an experience, like,
Because even when we tripped, we walk up through that main street in San Clemente. Where
okay, but we're talking
the
about
art
different
gallery.
psychedelics. So
No, but
I'm saying like this, I've heard about this happen with ayahuasca.
Okay, yeah.
You know? Not with just like LSD
any-
or like shroom.
yeah, yeah.
No,
when we did
it's
it,
a very
we just,
specific.
We saw a painting and we all saw the painting fucking move and shit. We all saw the same thing. We saw the flowers and saw the same thing. I don't think anyone had like a different trip.
okay,
you know?
but the painting was there already.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess what Laz was saying was like we saw like
Yeah, I know what you
waving,
guys
but
mean.
that's like a regular like
Yeah,
That's like the-
something. I think when you start
everything
seeing
moves
like
on LSD.
people and shit, because they said they see
Yeah.
little people. And if you look it up, there's been like very a lot of like
Yeah.
you'll find a lot about the little people. You know, like if you really look at it, Google little people psychedelic experience, whatever. Anyways, I like that we transitioned from like a religion thing to psychedelic, but I think I kind of like that's kind of where it originated.
yeah,
from.
yeah. It really opened my mind up. to
And
be
if you've
honest.
ever done like psychedelics, you will understand. Like I've always said, like trying to explain psychedelics to someone who's never taken them is like trying to explain a dream. You know,
If you
It's
take
pointless.
psychedelics, you'll realize how fucking serious you're taking life.
Yeah, how fake
Yeah.
all this shit is.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like you like literally taking psychedelics is like taking a deep breath for fucking 12 hours. Like
Yeah.
and when you're off it, you're like, I mean, you're exhausted and shit, but you're just
I
feel
felt
like
great.
more. I feel like more like okay, calm. Like I'm accepting of myself. Like
Yeah.
I've been taking. Maybe I've been kind of an ass, or maybe I've been taking shit a
Yeah.
little too
You realize
serious.
things about yourself,
Yeah.
patterns, and just certain things you can
yeah.
finally like call yourself out, but like on like a
Genuine level.
yeah, like oh,
Like caring about it too, about yourself, you know?
exactly. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey man, like
It's a good-
stop, you know, you
it's
should
a-
stop this, you know what I mean?
yeah.
it's a good like rebalance, like recalibration. You know what I mean? If I could name it, you know. Like,
I don't know if I've ever said this on here, but when I did acid with my wife alone, sorry wife, I don't know if you want anyone to know that, but we did it alone, and that's when I realized like, hey, like, because I felt like I was kind of trying to shut myself off to her.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I realized like, damn, this is the one, you know, like. No. Nah, but it was just like, it was different. Like,
yeah.
you
No,
just
yeah.
could tell,
Yeah.
and it just like.
You had a moment on it.
Yeah.
But
you
we
know?
were talking
Yeah.
about something serious. When you're on this shit, like if someone
Everything
lies to me,
amplifies. Yeah.
if someone lies to me, I could like tell right
Yeah,
away.
You can tell, when someone's like,
Yeah.
If, like the truth, like
All
I
that
got
shit
the
is, like-
truth.
like
You're like, hey, why are you acting like that? Like, I don't like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Honestly,
you know,
we
it's,
like-
it's kind
I
of
remember
weird.
I was
It
with
was.
someone. I was next to someone, and they were like this.
Oh, yeah, you look at all that shit and you're like,
just like, yeah,
oh,
like,
he's
I'm
very
chilling.
uncomfortable.
And they're like, oh yeah, but I'm chilling. And I'm like, no, they're like,
body
oh,
language.
Oh yeah, I'm comfortable. And I'm like, bro, like you don't look comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, oh like.
yeah,
It kinda
yeah. Oh, shit,
caught
little
them.
shit like that is so weird.
Yeah,
I think me and Monty went to a restaurant and we were like, bro, those people are acting weird around us. Like they're stepping away from us and shit, you know? Just a little, there's a lot. It's very, very like telling. It's very,
pick up on everything.
yeah.
For sure. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we like sat in the car and like cried without, like we talked without talking, like
Damn.
telepath. What is it?
Damn. Wait, who? You and your lady?
Yeah.
Okay. Like Kanye West has a line that I'll always quote, and then it resonates with me, and I understand it 100%. He says, "I be trying to talk sometimes, and words get in the way."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand that.